I got 3 packages in the mail today. I'm very excited to open them, see what we have. I know what are in all these packages, so I'm excited. So this is the first one I'm going to be opening today. I'm mainly opening this one because this was like for a really good deal. This was a steal. So like usually this doll goes for like a couple $100, and this was listed for like $60. I caught it when it was posted like an hour after posting, and I was surprised no one had bought it already. So into the profile was brand new. It had like 5 things listed, no things sold yet. And everything about it was just like screaming scam vibe. So I was really hesitant to buy it, but on Mercari, it's really easy to get your money back if you end up getting scammed. So that's what convinced me to go ahead and purchase this. Because I knew if this is a scam, then I'm going to get my money back. So I'm going to open this and see if I was scammed or not. See if this brand new profile, no reviews, no items sold, brand newly created. Listing this for a very, very, very cheap price, even less than it originally sold for. I'm going to see if I got scammed. Okay, I got my scissors, I'm cutting. I don't know how you guys do this, like influencers, like people make TikTok videos or YouTube videos. It like comes so naturally to you guys to just like talk on camera. I have no idea what to say. I feel like I'm acting a bit, you know? Because I never talk like this, so I'm usually pretty quiet. Okay. So we got it opened. I'm going to let you guys see what it is first. See if I got duped or not. Okay. Did I get duped? Wait. Okay, this is the right box. The box feels legit. The Dia de Muertos 2020 doll. I believe this was the first or second in this series. Let me open it. This is such a pretty box too. If I was a box collector, I would definitely keep it. It's real. I didn't get scammed. She's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Wow. I bet everyone that passed up on this thinking it was a scam is mad. Well, obviously they wouldn't know. Wow. See, that's my thing about Mercari is like, if I think it's a scam and it looks like a good price, a good deal, I'm gonna get it anyways because I know I'll get my money back. Especially if I record it on camera like this and can show proof. I got a little thank you letter. Thank you for your purchase. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and rate this seller so they could get their money. Wow, I'm so excited. So, I love her. She's awesome. Got it for a great deal. Very, very good. I'm very pleased. I'll be displaying her shortly. And then I'll probably get rid of the box unless someone here wants it. Box collector. So I got 2 other packages. I know what's in both of them. I'm gonna open this one first. So when I first got into collecting, I was very into like Playline because that was what was most accessible, just like to walk into a store and pick out a doll. I love that feeling. It was like exhilarating to just like pick out which one off a shelf and compare faces, compare like paint applications, clothing, and see which one I prefer and pick out the one I like. So like I did a lot of that with like Barbie Extra and like the Fashionistas. I was just really into Playline. But I've gone over like so many different doll purges in my time of collecting. I've gotten rid of so much. And my biggest one was just back in September. I sold at my first doll show. I went through like my entire collection and I literally grabbed like half of my stuff, getting it ready to sell. So I brought it to the doll show. I sold quite a bit of it there. And then after that, I took everything that was unsold. I threw it on Facebook Marketplace. One giant lot. And then someone bought the whole thing for just a sum of cash. So I got rid of a lot of dolls I never thought I would get rid of when I got them. But that Marie Kondo method works. Just like going through, asking yourself, does this spark joy? If it doesn't, get rid of it. And a lot of stuff like I had already like kept stored away for a while. But I didn't. And during this last big purge, obviously like I kept some of my playline stuff. Like I'll never get rid of my Barbie extras. Those are like my first big line I really got into. And some of the fashionistas are just really cool on their own. But I got rid of like a lot of dolls, right? Most of them being playline either from the 90s to today. And then I just made the decision back in September that going forward, I want to focus on collector dolls, like adult collector dolls. Obviously there's like some playline releases that catch my eye, like the new wave of Barbie Deluxe Style. Like if those dolls came out a few years ago, I would have gotten every single one of them. Even wave 2 that I wasn't necessarily feeling. But I pumped the brakes on that heavily, and I only grabbed the ones I really, really like. And same with collector dolls. So yeah, I'm very excited to continue growing my adult collector collection. And this is one of those dolls that will help me do that. So here's the back of the box. The front's like this. So obviously it's not original, but this is the model of the moment, Daria. Oh, and she's falling right out. Look at her. Not this, connected to her hair. Oh my gosh. She's so stunning. Holy crap. So the model of the moment line is a line that I've had my eyes on for a few years. This is not Silkstone, is it? Yeah, it's not. It's just the heavier Model Muse body. And I remember thinking like, oh, they're so nice, but they're pretty expensive. I'll never get them. And then at a doll show last year or early this year, I don't remember. I found a really affordable model of the moment, Marissa. And I thought she was just so neat. The fashions are so high quality. The faces are good. The hair is good. So I just really liked that Marissa, and I wanted to get at least one of each other character in that line. So I think there's Marissa, Daria, and I think Nichelle. I think those are the only 3 characters. If I'm missing one, then that's my fault. But so I got a Marissa, I got this Daria. I would just like a Nichelle from Model of the Moment, and then I'll be happy. I don't need to get every single one from this line. But holy moly, she's gorgeous. I'm so excited. And I love... So the listing was only the doll, right? I wasn't expecting the box to come with it, or rather like just the back part of the box. And this card. So my Marissa came with a card too, and I have her displayed with it. I think it's such a neat piece to just have in your display. Like imagine her just like standing on her stand, and then this is just like right next to her. Or you could look at it, or you could read the back. Collector dolls, especially from this era, are just so chef's kiss. I love it. She's awesome. And look, I'd be so scared. Ooh. Okay, I don't see any visible. Oh yeah, there's a rubber band in her hair. So like stuff like this, I'm so worried about like the rubber bands disintegrating, especially when they have a cool hairdo like this, because I know I can never recreate something like that. I'm not a hairstylist. I literally shaved my whole head just so I don't have to style my hair anymore. But yeah, and her earrings are like sewed to her dress, so I can't take off this dress unless I want to take off her earrings. But yeah, she's gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. I'm very happy with this. I gotta rate all these sellers today so they can get their money. And I got my last box right over here. I'm excited for these next two too. There's 2 dolls in this one. Okay, so if you know me, you know that Barbie hasn't been like my main love in life until recently. I grew up playing with like my sister's Barbies and stuff, but like a constant in my life has always been DC Comics. So I watched the Justice League Unlimited show growing up. I read so many comic books and graphic novels for DC. I love them. I love everything DC except like I think like Batman's oversaturated and stuff, but I love DC, and that will always be like my first pop culture love even before Barbie. So I make it a point to get like every DC Comics character Barbie released, and I've gotten quite a few. There's still some I'm missing, some that are a little more on the pricier side that I can't particularly justify purchasing yet, like that Comic-Con Carol Danvers from the Green Lantern movie. So expensive, but she kind of looks like the Top Gun Maverick Phoenix doll. So I have one of those, and I'll probably just put it on the shelf to be a stand-in for the Carol Danvers doll. So these are both from the same seller. Sorry. Okay, I was about to sneeze. So originally I saw the other thing I'm gonna grab. I went looking for that doll to buy from the seller. They had the cheapest option, and then they had like those bundle offers on Mercari, where like if you get like 2 you get 10% off, 3 you get like 15% off, so on and so forth. So I always try to take advantage of those, especially if they have something else that like I really want for a good price too. So this was the other item that they had for a good price that I decided to bundle with it. So this is a doll that I already own. I'll be completely honest about that. But she comes in like a little bit of a battered condition, this one, which is why I think it's so funny that she's like so well wrapped like this, because the doll itself is not in good condition at all. But yeah, I wanted this one to just customize. I'll keep it as the character she is, but I just want to customize her, clean her up, maybe switch her outfit a little bit. She'll continue to be what she is. So this is the 2008 collector Batgirl Barbie. So obviously, usually she's missing, or she usually comes with her cowl, her long gloves, her yellow boots. She's missing those accessories, her yellow belts. Those are all taken away from her. But my God, look at that face. That face. Oh, I love these like thin, like arched eyebrows. You like. Wow. So one thing about these outfits is that they're sewn on, so you can't like easily take them on and off. So you gotta be like really careful when cleaning and detangling them. I would try to like take her head off and put it on another body just to like clean and detangle her hair. But you gotta be like real careful with these, because this is the only body that this outfit is sewn on. So I don't know. I wanted to try to put this head on an outfit with the classic Batgirl Barbie outfit, just see how that looks with her mask and cowl, and then maybe put the classic Batgirl Barbie in this outfit, switch their heads. But yeah, she just looks so awesome. So I have a couple of the classic Batgirl Barbie, one that I keep in her regular outfit, and the other one I made into an Oracle from DC Comics, who's, if you know, she's Batgirl. She gets paralyzed by the Joker. And she sort of becomes like the, what's it called? Like, she becomes like their tech person for the Justice League. Mission control, that's the word I'm thinking of. She becomes like the mission control, you know, like the researcher, the brains of the Justice League. Her name's Oracle. But she's Batgirl after she's paralyzed and put in a wheelchair. So it's like she finds a way to still be a superhero even if she can't like physically fight people as Batgirl, which is the main thing I like about Barbara Gordon as a character. I low key prefer her as Oracle over Batgirl, just because there's like so many Batgirls, so many Robins, and even though she's the first Batgirl, I love how like they expanded her role into being Oracle, like how they expanded Dick Grayson into being Nightwing and Jason Todd into being Red Hood and Stephanie Brown into being Spoiler. Like, there doesn't have to be a million Batgirls and a million Robins. They could go on and do other things. I feel like it's a title that passes on and on. So I don't know what I'll do with this one. I won't make her Oracle because I already have an Oracle, but I might do something. I might have to like seam rip this outfit a little bit just to see if I could change it and wash her head. Try to replace her gloves and her boots. Maybe try to get a new cowl for her. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one. I think it was like 15, 16 bucks. So I was willing to pay that much for this one when these go for like 70 bucks complete. I was like, okay, I can fill in the blanks to get it for a lot cheaper. So this Dolls of the World, Princess of Imperial Russia. So this was the doll I went looking for. I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to buy this. I was scrolling on Mercari. I always go through like newest first to see if like there's any good deals that no one else has gotten to yet in that moment. Then I found one for like $22 on there. I was like, that's really cheap. So I went looking. I did like my cross-platform searches. I went on Mercari, eBay, Poshmark, and then I was looking for this doll. I was like, okay, is 22 like the cheapest for this? And I found on Mercari there was another one cheaper in box for $17. And I said, okay, $17, I'll take it. So then I looked on their profile, see what else they had, and that's where I found this Batgirl. So I bought this one, I bought the Batgirl, and I'm very excited about this one. So Dolls of the World is a doll line I really, really like. I really enjoy having a lot of different cultures and countries represented on my doll shelves. But I got rid of like a lot of them earlier this year, back in February. And then I've sort of like honed in on my Dolls of the World collection. I try to fit it all on one shelf. So the Princesses one is a line that I really like and want to continue to grow. I'm still missing quite a few princesses. So I do the Princesses Dolls of the World. I do the Pink Passport Dolls of the World that came out like in the late 2000s, early 2010s, I want to say. Pink Passport. And the late generic Dolls of the World. I don't really like I think they started in like the 80s or 70s. I don't like this. If it was the 70s, I don't like the 70s, the 80s, and the... Maybe it was... When did this come out? Holy moly. My guess is like 2003. It just feels like a 2003 Barbie doll. I don't know when this came out. I gotta look into it. But like the later Dolls of the World, like right before they started doing like Princesses and Pink Passport, so they look a little more like modern, or like late 90s, early 2000s. I collect those too. And then also like and the Festivals of the World dolls, I like those a lot. And the little Kelly ones, Dolls of the World, like, or Friends of the World, I think those are called. And then I have like one big shelf of just like generic cultural dolls that aren't specifically Dolls of the World, but they look like they could be. They look like they're representing different countries. So on that shelf I have my Statue of Liberty Barbie, my Leonardo da Vinci Barbie. I have the Dia de Muertos Barbie, so this will be on the same bookshelf as this one. I have my Global Glamour dolls up there, so like I have Sorcha and Luciana, and then there's just a bunch. The Lunar New Year dolls. So just like other like worldly dolls that aren't necessarily dolls of the world, but they look like they could fit with them. I'm gonna have them all on that shelf. So I'm gonna be excited to open her and open the Dia de Muertos and find a spot on the shelf for Daria. I'll probably like take Marissa out of my display and give her her own like private cube with Daria, and then I'll see what I could do with this Batgirl. But yeah, that was everything I got today. I'm very excited. Thank you for watching. I really thought this was gonna be a scam with the Dia de Muertos doll. But it wasn't, so I'm happy. Thank you all, and have a great day.